Hey guys, I'm Ariana. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe down below before you leave and hit the post notification button so you're notified every time I post a video, just every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a quick and easy, kind of not quick, but easy fall makeup look. So we're going to go ahead and get started. My hair is very wet. Sorry, I just washed it. So we're going to get that out of the way and we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to prep my skin. So I'm going to be taking this peppermint oil, and my skin has been acting up lately, so I just wanted to give it a little pick-me-up, and I'm going to be doing some dermaplaning. So this is optional, you don't have to do this, but this is part of my skin prep. So I actually just put the oil all over my face, and I'm going to go in with a razor later on. I do have an in-depth dermaplaning video. If you guys want to check that out up on my channel, you can go ahead and do so. So I'm just applying the oil all over my face just to prep it for the razor blade. So I'm basically going to be like shaving and exfoliating my face, so my brows need a little attention, and I also have some peach fuzz around all of my face, and I wanted like a really nice blank canvas, and I've been breaking out lately. I don't know why, so I just wanted to do something to fix this skin. So I'm going in with this razor blade. Got it from Amazon. You can check the link in the description box if you want to get one of these. I definitely recommend them. They're really great. I got a pack of 10 for like $11, and they're really good, and I have never picked up a tweezers ever since I got these blades. So I'm going in and cleaning up around my brows. Like I said, if you want to see a more in-depth tutorial on how I dermaplane and shave my face and fix up my eyebrows and my mustache, you can check that out. It's already on my channel. So I'm just going ahead and cleaning up around my brows, and this really is such a quick and easy way to get rid of all of the imperfections, and it really does exfoliate your face as well. So I'm just going over all the areas that I feel like could use some attention, that needs a little bit of smoothing out. So this is a really good way to exfoliate, and I just wanted a really nice blank smooth canvas, and I'm just getting all of the areas, and now I'm going ahead and wiping my hands and wiping the oil off of my face so I can get it ready for the makeup application. And I'm using a soft tissue paper, toilet paper kind of thing, and then I'm going to go in one more time with some toner to clean up my face and get rid of all of the oil, and that is also another step to exfoliate. So the toner that I'm going to be using today is the Pixie Beauty Glow Tonic Toner. So this is a mini one. I haven't used this before, but this is supposed to be a nice, gentle, exfoliating toner. And I'm just applying it to a cotton pad, and I'm going to go ahead and run it across my whole entire face just to get rid of any excess oil, and just to make sure that my face is nice and balanced and my skin is ready and prepped for the makeup. So sometimes when I do put on toner after I exfoliate to get rid of the oil, it does burn a little bit just because I just shaved my face, but I found with this one there was absolutely no burning, so this is a really nice gentle toner, and it really helps to get rid of all of the oil that might still be there that I didn't get, and also clean up some of the hairs that might have fallen, and just really prep my face for a good makeup application after this. So next I'm going in with some moisturizer, and the moisturizer that I'm using today is the CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion, and this is for normal to dry skin. Definitely recommend this one. You can check the link in my description box as well. This moisturizer really helped to balance my skin, and my skin is just so much more moisturized. I used to use a different moisturizer, and it really didn't do anything. It actually made my skin worse and more dry, but this one really added a lot of moisture to my skin and balanced it as well. So this is the one that I use all the time. Now moving on to primer, we're going in for the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. Not sure what exactly the name is, but this is the new Selena Gomez makeup line, and I'm just applying this all over to my face. And if you guys want to see a whole review on the Selena Gomez Rare Beauty makeup line, I do have that video up on my channel. You can go check that out. And after I put on the primer all over my face, I'm going to be going in with foundation. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using, again, the Rare Beauty foundation. This is in the shade 360C. So in my review video, I did say that this isn't a foundation that someone should go for a full face look, but um, I actually decided just to try it out because I did want to go for kind of a lightweight kind of foundation because I didn't want my makeup to be too heavy. So this was the perfect foundation for that, and I really do like the foundation because it matches my skin pretty well. And it also gives me a lot of coverage and a lot of pigment, which with the smallest amount of product, and it really doesn't feel like anything is on your face. So I went ahead and blended it out with my foundation brush, and now we're going to move on to concealer. So for concealer today, I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, and we can't forget to hydrate. So now we're going to go ahead and put this all over my concealer areas, and this is apparently the new way to do concealer, and I've actually been liking this way. If you want to see a more in-depth tutorial on how to do the new way to do concealer, I do have a video on that already as well. You guys can check that out. And I'm going to go ahead and wet my beauty blender and go ahead and start blending. So for this, I actually blended the concealer in rather than out, just to keep it in the areas that I wanted it to stay in, which is the whole point of putting it in those certain spots. So I'm actually just tapping the beauty blender in the same area, and then I'm meeting the other outer corner concealer spot together so I can just conceal my whole entire under eye, but then I'm also not taking it down too far, which is great. And I feel like this method really helped not to bring the concealer down way too far, which sometimes tends to happen. So blending in and not out, as opposed to here, I'm blending out the concealer onto all over my forehead rather than just that little small area that I put the concealer in, because I want to brighten up the whole thing. But for under my eyes, I just wanted to keep it in a small area. Next, we're going in with bronzer. So I'm using the Huda Beauty Tantour cream contour, and this is in the shade Light, and I'm taking my Real Techniques brush, and this is one of the brushes that I use to apply my cream contour, and I really like using this brush because on application it just helps blend it out and it looks that much more natural. I will leave a link to these brushes in my description box. You guys can check that out. I definitely recommend these Real Technique brushes. It did come in a set with like 4 brushes and 2 sponges for just $20. So if you guys don't have these, definitely invest in them. They're definitely worth it. And this Real Technique sponge is everywhere. So the pack comes with 2 of these sponges, so I definitely will be getting more later on when I need them. But now I'm going in with my nose contour, and I'm actually trying to snatch my nose this time. I usually don't, but if you guys want to see a tutorial on me snatching my nose or how I contour my nose, let me know and I will get on that. So next, after I finish with the contour, I'm going in with my powder. So I'm using the CoverGirl Clean Professional Translucent Powder in the shade 110. So I'm going to go ahead and use this powder to bake with. This powder is more closer to my skin tone, and I'm just taking my sponge and packing it right under the inner corner of my eye and kind of trying to bring it up towards the sides of my nose just to make my nose look skinnier and also just set all of the concealer around that area. So I like to put a lot of powder under my eyes, on the sides of my nose, and I also like to bring it down towards my smile lines in the corner of my mouth and just set that whole entire area by pressing the powder in with the sponge. And then the rest of my face I go in with a brush. So I like to concentrate a lot of powder around these areas because these are the areas that I be getting oily. These are the areas that I get oily, and I just wanted to put a lot. And then the rest of the face, I don't mind if it's looking a little bit glowy, but I do go in with a brush. And this is another Real Techniques brush that comes with that pack, so definitely check those out. And I'm just applying the powder towards the rest of my face, and I'm not touching under my eyes. For brows, I'm using the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and my camera actually died, so we're moving on to eyeshadow. So this is my Morphe, I think it's my 35W or 35V palette, and for today I'm using this orange shade and a couple of these green shades to create this really nice fall inspired eye makeup look. So I'm going to be going in with the orange shade on my outer corner, and I'm trying to concentrate most of the orange shade on the outer corner of the crease, and then I'm also just going to blend it in towards the inner corner, kind of diffusing the shade so it's like very concentrated and pigmented toward the outer corner, and then the inner corner it's a little bit less strong and a little bit more blended out. So I want it to look like a really nice gradient from the outer corner to the inner corner, with the outer corner being the darkest part. And I'm using windshield wiper motions, and I'm also winging out the orange shade just a little bit because we are going for a winged look today. So I'm also just taking it up a little bit higher and blending the orange up toward the brow bone just to make it look pretty seamlessly blended, and also just to dissipate it up toward the brow because this is the lightest shade that I'm going in with. Next, I'm taking this light green shade, and it actually gets pretty dark, so this is going to be one of my transition shades from going from orange to dark green, and I'm putting this literally only on my outer corner, and I'm just blending it into the orange. I'm also going to be winging it out just a little bit and just trying to get it to mesh together with the orange and create a really nice wing, and that's going to be blended out a little bit later, but I just want to get the shape down and just try and blend the two shades together. And I'm using a shader brush, so the type of brush that you use is very important for getting pigment in certain areas that you want it to be, and just to make sure that it doesn't move around and blend in with other colors, and make sure that it just looks where it's supposed to be and looks how it's supposed to be. So the last shade that I'm taking is this dark green shade, so it's like a forest green shade, and I'm just putting this on the outer corners, and we're just leaving it right there, and I'm not winging it out or placing it anywhere else. I want this to be the darkest part of my outer corner, so we're just gonna pack this on and then just kind of blend it in with the last shades. And then I'm going to take my blending brush and go back in with the orange, and I'm just going to kind of put that right on top of the green where the two colors meet, so just that it blends together really nicely. And I'm also winging it out a little bit further than the green. Next, I'm going in with my concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. So we are doing a little cut crease moment, but it is going to be kind of a rounded cut crease toward the outer corner. So it's going to be like kind of like a shape instead of just my crease shape. So I'm going ahead and applying the concealer, and this is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Alabaster. This is really, really light, so I only use this concealer for cutting my crease and just eye makeup. So I'm taking this small rounded concealer brush, and I'm mapping out the shape that I want the concealer and the cut crease to be in. So I just kind of stamped the round head of the brush toward the outer corner where I want it to stop. And then I'm just filling it in and making sure the lines look really clean. And then after I get it to basically how I want it to look, I go ahead and fill in the whole entire crease space. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and try and get the shapes to look symmetrical. And when I'm happy with that, we're going to go in and blend out the concealer. So this is another brush that came in with the Real Techniques brush set, and I'm just packing the concealer and just making sure that it doesn't look splotchy or blotchy or patchy. So when I put on the eyeshadow, it will look nice and clean and like even, that's the word. So I'm just taking this packer brush and I'm just packing this nude shade onto all of the areas that I put the concealer on, because it's going to be the lightest shade. And then I'm going back in with my shader brush and a little bit of that green shade just to smoke out the outer corner of the like light cut crease place. This is kind of hard to explain, but I just am kind of cleaning up the shape and just making it exactly how I want it to be. So I want it to look like a rounded cut crease toward the outer corner. And next I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Beige, and this part is super important, and this just helps your eye makeup just get to the next level, because this is just going to go ahead and clean up the eyeshadow on the outer corner of your eye and make it look so much better. So I'm just following the lower lash line, and I'm just creating a wing just to clean up the eyeshadow, and everything is just going to look so clean, so professional. If you don't do this, then you should definitely start doing this, because this will change the game. If you can see the before and after, my eyeshadow looks so much cleaner, so much better. Even if your shades aren't blended that much, or if it could use a little bit more work on the eyes, this will just make everything look more pulled together and like everything is completely done. So I definitely recommend doing this if you don't do it already. No matter if you're going for a dramatic look or a natural look, definitely start doing this. So I put the concealer on, and I just concealed away all of the excess eyeshadow. I'm going in back in with my little kabuki brush, and I'm just blending away all of the concealer. And now I'm just going ahead and brushing away the powder from my nose contour, and I'm just kind of setting it after all this time, and I'm also dragging it out toward the concealer on the outer corners. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my face. This is one of the first times that I'm setting my face in this whole routine. I actually set my face a couple times just to make sure that the makeup doesn't slip and slide and go anywhere. And the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is put on eyeliner. So this is actually optional, you don't have to, and I actually just lined the upper lash line, and I did not create a wing, and I also went ahead and threw on some lashes as well. So this is basically the final look. We're going to go ahead and move on to the powder products and just touch up the face, and then we'll be done. So I'm taking my Tartiste contour palette, and I'm going to go ahead and just add some bronzer to my cheekbones. And I like to just take my bronzer brush and just pack it on and just stamp it on, and then kind of blend out the edges. And I'm not putting too much on because we did go in with the cream contour, so I'm just adding a little bit more color. And these contour shades do have a little bit of some reflect in them, so this is actually going to add a little bit of glowiness to my face as well. And I'm just putting this all over the areas that I normally bronze my face. Next, I'm going to be going in on my nose, and I'm not going too crazy or using a different brush. I'm just adding a little bit more color just because the nose looks pretty snatched already. And now I'm taking this MAC blush, and I'm just applying this toward the top of my cheekbones. And I actually don't like to take it into the apples of my cheeks anymore. I am keeping it just right on top of the contour areas, just to add a little bit of life and color to my face. And then I'm also going to put some around my brow areas in that C shape on my face, and then just put some on my nose just a little bit because I like how that looks. And then the last thing that we're going to go ahead and do is put on highlight. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Breezy highlight, and I'm putting this all on my highlight areas, the normal places, and on my nose. And the last thing that we're going to go ahead and do is lips. So for lips, I went ahead with a NYX lip pencil in the shade dark brown to line my lips, and then I went in with a combo of these soft matte lip creams. One of these shades is London, and then the other one is a dark brown shade, and I don't remember what it's called, but I used the dark brown shade to kind of outline my lips, and then the London shade, which is the lighter shade, went in the middle. So this is the final look. I really like how it came out. This is kind of like my go-to glam makeup routine, except for the eyes are a little bit more fall inspired. I actually did go in and make the lash line a little bit thicker with some liner, but I do like how it came out. The eyes look super fall, and I love green eyeshadow because I feel like it really goes with my eyes and makes my eyes pop. So that was it for today's video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go check out those links in the description box. I definitely highly recommend all of these products. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!